Launch of Las Vegas was an amazing addition to the finals and one of the most memorable because it dropped with Season 1. Season 1 was, of course, the first season for the finals and when it fully released to the public. Before this, there was open beta and 2 closed betas. But because Las Vegas was completely overhauled with the launch of Season 5, adding sponsors and other stuff, we're going to be doing both versions of the map because they're still similar enough that I can do both. Las Vegas is comprised of these areas. An actual place in Las Vegas, including the Zarbi District, the Eastwood District, parking, the stage, Argonne District, and Glamour District. All of these are real places, along with the street. In fact, there are reference photos like you see here, which make it incredibly accurate on the outside. The insides they've changed for obvious reasons. They wouldn't really play well, but they're still in general casinos, with the parking garage being, a parking garage, with no cars in it, interestingly though. Vegas is the map with the least different variations, with only normal and sandstorm, which is very interesting since it's still one of the older maps. So I really think they need to add a third one. I think floating platforms would be great on this map, but it's really interesting that it only has 2. Both of these are great though. It feels like 2 separate maps, honestly, because part of the sandstorm one is the buildings get destroyed and partially submerged in sand. So in certain places, you can't go where you could if it was in the normal mode. I really personally don't like Sandstorm. I know it's a generally well-received mode, but as someone who likes the longer range encounters, it does not work well with my playstyle. So in this, you will want to run a shotgun, flamethrower, or melee weapon because of the reduced visibility and extra cover. So thank you for requesting this video. I'm sorry it took me a minute to get to. I just had to do them in order. So overall, I would actually give Las Vegas an A. I was almost at an A+, but sometimes the Sandstorm mode has a few cash outs that you just defend way too easily. So overall, I think it's an A map. It's a very solid map, but it's not the best. It was not well received initially though. Until Kyoto even. I did agree with that at some level, just because of how high quality the other 3 maps before it were, but it was not a bad map. It wasn't like, oh dang it, I got Vegas, like it is with Kyoto now. It was a solid map. It just wasn't on the level of Monaco, just simply off of how indoors this map is. So currently my ranking is Monaco, Seoul, Skyway, Vegas, which surprisingly enough is in order, but that doesn't mean it'll stay that way. For example, Kyoto, it's not going to be at the top. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be at the bottom. But I hope you have an amazing day. I have a Discord if you're asking me questions, recommend videos, anything like that. Rank up, willing to help. Have an amazing day.